This is a production of the Hardway HQ Podcasting Network.
Welcome everyone to a special edition of Unfiltered here, hardwayhq.com, via the Hardway HQ Podcasting Network. Jon Harder here, and I'm going to make this one a little short, a little sweet for everyone that wants to check out Unfiltered. Today is 8 years since my old man, Big Norman A. Harder Jr., passed away at the age of 58 years old. My old man suffered from colorectal cancer for 2.5 years, and he had a whole mess of bodily issues that led up to his passing. It was a sad thing that he was out of pain. It was sad that he was in immense pain, toughed it out until probably the final month. He went through things you couldn't believe, and he passed away at the age of 58. And, you know, there's a lot of things I think when it comes to my dad that I consistently think about when it comes to this day. And it's just, you know, it's more than just, you know, the memory of him. It's just who he was. My father was a very interesting fellow. My old man was a big man. He was 6'7", 350 pounds at his heaviest. Might have been a couple extra pounds, but he looked like a monster. And to me, I always revered him. I always revered him as a kid. So did my brothers. But my dad was low-key one of the funnier people I probably ever met. And it wasn't just by his humor. It was by his demeanor. And by situations he found himself in. And I've always wanted to tell this one story public because I found it hysterical, and it reminds me of, you know, my childhood when it comes to my parents' relationship. And, you know, all of us, we get into gripes and arguments with our family, but this one I'll never forget. My mom, I told this in my dad's eulogy, and I wanted to tell this story here today. So I was about 12 years old. It was 1997, and I was still sharing a room with my middle brother. And my old man and my mom got into an argument. My dad was wrong because Miss Monica's always right. And at some point in the night, my dad would stay in this very HQ studios in his basement. And he would be on the computer, which was over there. And it was, at the time, it was relatively ancient. I mean, it had the original Windows on it. He would always play Micro League Baseball on it all the time and find new things. And we would always find a way to screw up the printer. And, oh, come on, God damn it. And he would get mad when we would do stuff to it. So, just thinking about that's hysterical. So, one day, my mom and dad disagreement. My mom's already in bed. My dad's down here. Around 10 o'clock at night, all of a sudden I hear, Jonathan! John! I go, and immediately, I'm still up. It's almost like 9:30, maybe 10 o'clock at night. I'm laughing at the situation. I go to my mom. I said, Mom, what did I do? I'm getting yelled at. She goes, I don't know. So me and my mom go downstairs to figure out what I did. And our staircase to our basement, there's little entrances. There's little entryways that, like you take a step and you could get caught. You could slip and fall through the cracks of the staircase and you get stuck. Well, my old man, 6'7", 350 pounds, must have been walking upstairs with his socks on. He slipped on a step. It didn't have like a cover or anything. So he slipped on a step and he got stuck in the staircase. And he was stuck in the staircase, legs are swinging. He looked like Winnie the Pooh trying to get honey from Rabbit's home. And he was just stuck in the staircase. And I go, I need help. And my mom, who's still kind of sore at my old man, goes, I'll take care of this. And she goes, Jonathan, go back to your room. My mom was like, you want to start an argument with me, Norm? Shut the light off and shut the door. As he's stuck in the staircase. And my dad was like, oh, come on, I need help. And the next morning, he must have wound up. We saw him in the morning. Obviously, he got himself unstuck. And we go, how the hell did you get out of that? And his answer was, it was a tough squeeze. I have to keep it PG. But thinking of that story makes me think of my old man and just how my father and I are more alike than I thought I could ever imagine. I do have a lot of my mom's, aggressiveness and my mom's intensity and passion, but my old man's interests and just ways to get himself stuck in sticky situations just to find his own way out of it. That's just a story that I've always had with my dad, and something that I've always really bonded with him with. And he's been gone 8 years, and I picture him in my head ranting about what the hell the Mets are doing with Sandy Alderson. What are they doing? What's going on? I could picture him ranting about, how basketball has changed, how the mid-range game is dead. I could picture him ranting about the Giants and just and talking about pro wrestling, how wrestling back in my day they didn't do any of this stuff, and I don't think he'd be a fan of AEW, and he hated Triple H and his sledgehammer to this day, always. But every November 10th, I always think about my dad, and I miss him tremendously every day. And obviously, life goes on, life moves on, things change, things evolve, but the memory stays the same. And I don't know if you see this, but right over there, obviously, I always make reference. Hold on, there you go. I make reference to Barry Bettman, and Barry Bettman's always hanging out here. And people sometimes ask me, what is the bear doing there? And the answer is, when I was a baby, my mom and my dad got me the bear. It's one of my first stuffed animals as a present as a kid. And I've kept it here ever since. And it's kind of like my memory of my dad that I always keep here. And it's always a cherished heirloom. So today, on November 10th, I wanted to memorialize my father. And as always, every November 10th, it's Pennies for Norm Day. I would like for everybody, if you have a couple shekels, a couple bucks, I'm going to do it today. Go to the Colorectal Cancer Alliance. I'm going to have the link in the description of the video. If you're on SoundCloud, you'll get the description as well. Or just go to hardwayhq.com and click on the picture of my father, the Pennies for Norm, and you can find out how to donate to the Colorectal Cancer Alliance. It's a ugly disease. It's a easily avoidable but deadly disease, and I saw my father suffer through some serious issues when it came to that, and I don't want anyone else to go through that. So it's Pennies for Norm Day. If you find in your heart to donate a couple shekels or whatnot in memory of my father, please do. I'll share the link in the description. But as always, November 10th is Pennies for Norm's Day, and it's for my dad. And Big Norm, I miss you. I love you. Thank you for bringing me here. I know your sons miss you. I know Miss Monica, even though Miss Monica has moved on and has everything different going on with her, she misses you. We all miss you. Family misses you. Your friends miss you. And I love you. So I wanted to do this unfiltered. November 10th never gets easier for me, but I feel like if you guys have your own stories you could share, either of my old man or just of family in general, please do that, and the memory always lives on. So Big Norm, my hat's always off to you, always forever. I love you. This is Unfiltered. Love you, Dad.